Well, howdy, 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 nearly senior citizen here. Greetings, boys and girls, and welcome to this. It is 6:37 a.m. It is Thursday, the 20th of July, the inexorable march of time. Onward and onward, there's no way to stop it. And isn't that, well, life? In my pocket, which you can't see because of the camera angle, I have a Patches Jr. He just got comfortable inside of my pocket after I picked him up and woke him up, and then here I grab him again and drag him out. He is a good little guy. And to show you just how non-panicky even my hamsters are when they get startled, I accidentally startled him into awakeness. And when he was being pulled out from underneath the wheel where he was sleeping, he was, just waking up, and he was startled, and he reached out and he nipped really, really lightly at my finger. I mean, it was only like teeth, just like, hey, I'm awake, what is this? Just like that, just little light touch, barely even felt it. And then as I was picking him up, I accidentally wedged my finger into his mouth and then went whoops, and then picked him up, and it was like, he didn't do anything. And when you're given an opportunity, like someone accidentally wedging their finger into your mouth, if you don't take the opportunity to bite, that you're not irritated in the slightest then. And he just ignored that, and he's just been sitting in my hand, in my pocket. He is an absolute sweetheart. Hopefully, the other, as yet unnamed, though someone did give the name of Harold, and actually, I think Harold is better than Nerd. So if anyone has any better suggestions, that would be cool. But right now, I'm starting to tend toward Harold for the new hamster, who probably has about a year left, but he's an old guy. He's an old man. Okay, I'm going to put Little Bad Ears McGee back. Because I have 5 cages now instead of 4 cages, I have 3 cages right next to me. 2 cages stacked right on top of each other, and 1 to the side, and then these 2 back here. Hopefully, either here or here, I've got some video of what my room looks like from over standing near the window. You've seen my room from that view. You've seen it from like here, standing back there and looking around. This is from over at the actual window viewpoint, looking this direction, with my room being lived in. So you can see the stacks of hamster cages, the bedding that gets out on the floor that I have to keep. I don't have I have a vacuum cleaner, but I have one of those little hand push things with the little, you move it and the friction makes the little brushes go like that, and it, puts stuff into little trays. I got one of those so I can clean up the floor and not have to worry about the vacuum waking up either the duplex neighbors or my housemates. So I just move chairs and stuff and go vroop, 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 over the carpet, and ta-da, no bedding on the floor anymore. But it's got bedding, there's my bag that I put garbage in, there's the stuff that's just on the floor. It's cluttered. It takes like 30 seconds to clean up the clutter, and then it's back to being perfectly clean and tidy and wonderful again. So thumbs up on that. But I just wanted you to be able to see what it looks like from over there near the window. Because of the hamster stacks right here. And the reason I was bringing that up is yesterday in the comments someone asked, did you just put that guy on the floor? When I reached over to the side down here and put one of the hamsters in the cage. So I just want you guys to see that I keep hamster cages here. You can even hear him, I bet, as I'm sorry about that. Poor little guy banging on the cage, and he's looking around like, what on earth is happening? Poor little guy. But I love my little hammies. There's, I know Bobo's back here in one of them. It's probably Mama Squeak off in the other one. I can't remember. They are, again, criminally small cages. And as soon as I can get the money, I'm going to be buying bin cages for these little guys. They need more room to run. Hamsters roam. They run miles every night. Or if they could, they would. So I need bigger cages for them to roam in. I try my best to take my little hammies out and give them roam time around the house. That's like you saw here with them in my pocket. I take them downstairs. I take them outside. I take them everywhere. When I go out to check the mail, I take a hamster with me. The only time I'm not carrying a hamster around down here is if we're going to leave the house. I mean, I even grab a hamster when I'm going down to the bathroom and I just put it on the countertop and let it run around on the countertop while I'm busy. And then I pick up the hamster when everything's all done. I mean, I wander with hamsters everywhere. I'm a crazy hamster guy, I know that. I'm not as bad as other people with cats and stuff. I mean, I've got 5 hamsters right now, but I had close to like almost 30 at one point. So I'm glad I've got fewer now. That was way too many. I mean, I was doing nothing but taking care of hamsters. Now I've just got these little guys, and it's a good thing. I do, of course, just as a really quick thing, have a latest annoyance on Twitter, of course. There's this one person who has decided that, you know, it's easy to take pot shots at people. I mean, you can take a look at the best person in the world and you're going to be able to say, oh, this person does this and this and this, and I can make that look terrible. So it's easy when you have no empathy and you are an empty human shell to sit back and make fun of everybody, which is what this guy has been doing, which I've never understood that. I mean, because it's really easy for the person that you're trying to annoy just to not see what you're doing. And if you're not the person that you're trying to bother, if they're just treating you like a gnat and annoying you, then why are you even bothering? What the heck is the use of so much energy to be annoying to someone who's not even paying attention to your existence? So I don't know, but every time I see this guy's there, it's like, oh, well, he's being a jerk again. And then that's as much processing space as he uses up. It's just as an aside, just thought I'd mention that in the video. Now, again, it's done. So thumbs up. The other things that I've got to write down and talk about, I spent 15 years as a nurse's aide. I started as a nurse's aide back in 1989, and it was actually 2005, so it's probably longer than 15 years, but I spent approximately 15 years as a nurse's aide working in nursing homes, usually in the geriatric side, but I also worked on the Medicare side, which is when people come from hospitals, they go to a nursing home, because they don't keep people in hospitals long enough to get better anymore. You stay there for the absolute bare minimum of time, and then they ship you out to a skilled nursing facility, a nursing home, where generally half of the facility is used for, what the hell is the word? Geriatric care for people that their families won't take care of them anymore, and half of this facility is for Medicare, Medicaid, people coming out from the hospital, but they're not well enough to go home, but they're not sick enough to be in the hospital. The middle point is the nursing home, and so I did a lot of taking care of people, broken hips, knee replacements, all this, as well as people who were dying of cancer, dying of this and that, and I dealt with probably a good 250 corpses throughout my career. People that I had taken care of and then just washed up, got ready for the body bag. So that's always fun. But the reason I was bringing that up, I also almost finished the licensed practical nursing courses. At the time that I was going to the class, there were 5 classes you had to take. I finished 4 and was a third away through the 5th. At that time, my alcoholism was in raging full force, and I was starting to really show it in my outside life. My instructor came up to me, talked to me. We came to the conclusion that until my alcoholism was under control, it was best if I exited the program. So I did so. It almost killed me. That was the worst thing that had happened to me at that time in my life. But one of the things I did as a nurse. I was going to say nurse's aide, but instead of nurse, but then the first part is nurse. But one of the first things I did was I took care of a guy like Republican Senator John McCain, who's been recently diagnosed with glioblastoma multiforme brain cancer. One of the first people I took care of was this 36-year-old guy. I was like 38 at the time, but he was 36. And oh no, I wasn't 38. That's my alcoholism and fibromyalgia speaking. I can't remember at the moment how old I was, because that was like 20 some odd years ago, but I would have been late 20s, early 30s. But he was like 36 years old. He had 2 operations here in his head, and he had glioblastoma multiforme. When I took care of him, he was still getting up and walking around his room and talking with friends and family. The next time I was in contact with this fellow, we were back in the hospital again. I didn't have that person, somebody else did. This time, he was confined to his bed and very, very ill. He didn't get up anymore. He was 36. He had kids, a wife. The third time I came into contact with this guy, after all this time, it still affects me. But the third time I came into contact with this fellow was when I read his obit. Glioblastoma multiforme is a brain cancer that, if it's large enough for you to detect, it is too large to be effectively treated. They can do as much as they can to try and treat it, but if it's big enough to be detected, that means you're going to die. And Senator... That really affected me a lot more than I thought it would. After all this time. My apologies. I have worn my heart on my sleeve my entire life, and I have all sorts of unresolved trauma and grief issues from my time as a nurse's aide. And I was not aware of just how sharp a lot of those memories still are. But with John McCain having that, he's gonna die. Unfortunately for us, and fortunately for him, you know, even as they strip away our insurance, they get insurance in Congress. And so he's going to get the best care he can until he kicks off, but he's going to kick off. Except, of course, it's not a thumbs up, it's, so yay. I actually had a lot more than I wanted to talk about, but I didn't write anything down because I'm having I'm having trouble concentrating today, worse than normal, and it's really, I don't know why. I wore my mask again last night. You can see my nose is red. I decranked how tight it is. It's just Velcro straps up on the top, Velcro straps here that attach so you don't crank anything, but I lowered the pressure on the straps in my forehead, lowered the pressure here, which is why there's no marks here, but my skin is so delicate. When I wear glasses, when I get glasses again, the best frames and lenses for me are the last pair I had was just 2 light as possible frames, and then just the temple pieces and frames, lenses, and then just a piece of wire between the 2 lenses, and then the temple piece attached to the lenses, and then going back. That's about as heavy as I can take. My skin is so delicate that if I wear heavy glasses, after a little bit of time, I break down. Literal breakdown. I get pressure sores from glasses. Wearing these things. When I do videos wearing this, just the amount of time that I'm wearing this, I'm getting pressure sores. My ears stay red for hours after that because I've worn these for like an hour. I'm getting ready to break down. They hurt. They stay red and they hurt for hours. The top of my head, just where the band presses, hurts. My skin is so delicate, it's ridiculous. It breaks down under just the slightest pressure. Thumbs up. But now what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up 24 hours worth of comments on my community tab, which, you know, I thought I had done. But everybody who has a YouTube account has a creator studio. Inside the creator studio, you have a community tab, a comments tab. And inside of that, if I can ever get Chrome to work, you can list every single one of your comments in chronological order. So I am opening up 24 hours worth of comments. And I'm going to thank 20 to 25 people. Now, if you would like to have a shout out, all you have to do is ask for it in the comments, and if I catch it, you will get that shout out. But I have to catch it, of course. Now, if I mispronounce your name, no disrespect is intended. I'm terrible at names, but I do my best. So I did not catch any shout out requests. So here we go with Nano Hazard. Oh, that's a cool name. Thank you very, very much. And Goku Gola Communism. That's pretty cool. Thank you very, very much. Vincent Fernandez, thank you. Gorgorger, thank you very, very much. And Daniel Hukic, Hukic, thank you very, very much. And then there is Kill Clo, thank you, greatly appreciated. Reaver, thank you very, very much. And then, oh, Chrome is just not acting well. And then Death Penguin Zed, thank you very, very much. And Oogie Boogie Badook 92, son of a gun, thank you very, very much. Tastes Like Dirt, son of a gun, heck of a name, thank you very, very much. And Freddie Jackson, thank you. Negus Are Cool, Kewl, thank you very, very much. Riley Swim, thank you. Louis Rivera, thank you very, very much. And The Mober, son of a gun, thank you, greatly appreciated. Fumakagi Tokoyami, thank you very, very much. And Zoe Oversmith, thank you. Bossman, thank you very, very much. Greatly appreciated. And Fight Fennard 9, thank you very, very much. Dark Samurai 247, thank you very, very much. Mateus Bulcher, thank you very, very much. And Akame Bro, thank you. Greatly appreciated. Mateus Sales, thank you very, very much. And Floyd Mortlock, thank you. Greatly appreciated. And last but not least, Tuna 1989. Son of a gun. Heck of a name. Greatly appreciated. Now, there are people in there that were saying things that were not nice or even semi-pleasant or things that you wouldn't have said were you even meeting someone face to face. Only the anonymity of text has let you say something so unpleasant. But the fact is, any comment at all gets me out of my head and into the world. So thank you all for the comments. It is a very, very wonderful thing. Greatly appreciated, even the jerks, swines, and trolls, of which there are very, very few. And I don't apply that title lightly. These are the people that say things like, why the fuck don't you just shut your goddamn mouth? And it's like, well, why don't you watch the videos where I explain why I can't? So that sort of stuff. Thumbs up. Hey, that was 20 to 25, roughly, because I'm terrible at counting. I'm quite sure I count like 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, that sort of thing. Yay! I still have time for my greetings. If you'd like to hear a greeting in your home language, how to say good morning, just pop in the comments. I still need to know how to say good morning in Arabic and in Turkish. If anyone can give me a hand, that would be really, really cool. Bom dia, dia dit, dia guid, guten tag, ahanyo sale, buenos dias, buna de manata, ohio, labrid, labas ritos, kamusta, buongiorno, terahomikos, yoragelt, barabaive, barilus, nihao, kalimera, bonjour, bokertov, jean dobry, or less formal, chest, nabdien, dobre utro, dobre rano, mesa ol haley, bareda, priviet, merhaba, and of course go forth and have the crack. Good food, good drink, with good friends. Definite thumbs up. Does not have to be crack cocaine, doesn't have to be an alcoholic beverage, doesn't have to be a prostitute spreading her thighs for you. The crack. Good food, good drink, with good friends. Now, template time. If you could check out my links down below, that would be awesome. I got Twitter, Facebook, Google+, GoFundMe, Patreon.com, my blog. If you check all those out, that would be wonderful. My thanks to everybody who has donated to my GoFundMe campaign to keep me alive, and my thanks to every single one of my Patreon.com patrons. You are beautiful, awesome, wonderful human beings. Without your help, I wouldn't have been able to stay in this house as long as I have. Thank you so very, very much. Honest and for true. If any of you could continue to donate to my GoFundMe campaign or become a Patreon.com patron, that would be awesome and wonderful and beautiful. Thank you so very much. But if you can't or don't, I do take all donations of good wishes into the bank of my heart where I draw interest. So thank you very much. If you could toss me a like, that would be wonderful. I do appreciate all the positive validation for my existence that I can get. And if you could subscribe to the channel, that would be awesome. But as I tell everyone, if you don't like my videos, why are you watching them? If you don't want to subscribe to the channel, why are you subscribing? If you don't want to, don't. And if you don't and still are, why? There's so much stuff you could be watching. But if you are down with donating, if you are down with subscribing, then thumbs up. Thank you so very, very much. It is greatly appreciated, and I will do my damnedest to keep you entertained from now until the end of time. I never know what I'm going to do. I've got reaction videos, vlogs, walkies, games. I never know what I'm going to do. So I got a ration video at the very least, a game video at the very least. So you take care. Have a great day today. I will see you on the flip side, and that, my friend, is a very good thing. So you take care, and I will see you.